Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to end the video. This is another paid request, this time for Brian. Old Curly Jaws. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I would try to get to them as soon as I can. But he wanted me to do a commentary on a wrestling pay-per-view. Should be interesting. But this is one I'm not really familiar with. I don't even know if I ever saw this one. WWE Vengeance 2006. All I know is I flipped through the card. It's matches that involve Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton. You have Mick Foley versus Rit Flare. You have Edge versus Rob Van Dam. You have John Cena versus Sabu. DX, Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus the Spirit Squad. So yeah, I did not see this back in the day. This is when I stopped watching wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling around this day and age, probably around 2001. Maybe 2002. Kind of when John Cena was rising the ranks, that's when I stopped, and Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of left for good. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson was doing movies in Hollywood. But yeah, this is part of the ruthless aggression era, which I'm sure is better than today's stuff, but still. But I have a pause at the beginning. It is 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 52 seconds. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. We have the little sort of World Wrestling Entertainment promo with all the various stars, and then Vengeance. So pretty much a promo setting up what's come before. Pretty much, this is after the ECW One Night Stand where Edge took out John Cena, so John Cena would lose against Rob Van Dam. John Cena hated ECW, so he's going to fight Sabu. And then Rob Van Dam and Edge, they're going to fight because Edge helped Rob Van Dam win, but then Edge is like, well, wait a minute. So they're just spearing Rob Van Dam. So yeah, DX reunited. And they're going to fight Vince McMahon's Spirit Squad. They do like a 5-on-2 match. Now, I never really got into DX like other people did. I would say like between that and WCW, I thought the NWO was a bit cooler than DX. Shawn Michaels, talented performer. Triple H, I never cared for. Nipple H, Preparation H. I'm kind of like with Bret Hart on that. It's a 4 out of 10. While I have a feeling Edge and John Cena will win, maybe not, but I mean, this is a time where they were kind of worked with an ECW brand, and yeah, like the first One Night Stand, which people enjoyed. Then they had another one which was pushing it, and it was kind of no longer ECW. And then when they tried to make an ECW show, I think it was shown like on Sci-Fi Channel. It just wasn't the same ECW. And I don't know if Paul Heyman was upset, going like, this is like a bastardization of his former company. We got Jim Ross, JR, and we got Jerry Lawler. Always enjoyed Jim Ross on commentary. I think he had the right tone, the right fit. Was never into Jerry Lawler, though. Could never get into Jerry Lawler. I mean, Bobby the Brain Heenan, fantastic. Jim Cornette, when he would do commentary, he was really good. But I kind of wish it was like Jim Cornette and Jim Ross, I think. But it's like, oh, it's too southern. But yeah, we have our first match, Randy Orton. Of course, son of Cowboy Bob Orton. The Legend Killer. Randy Orton is one of those guys that he's very capable in the ring, but I also kind of found him fairly boring. He's definitely a guy that works as a heel because he has that I'm better than you attitude to him. And, nicknamed the Viper. I gave him some very good move sets. Great finishing move, RKO out of nowhere, which has become a big meme. And the thing is, like, that type of move to be pulled off at any time. That's what makes the move fairly work. And yeah, I can't really say I'm too familiar with how wrestling was at this time, other than seeing the wrestlers. Like I said, I mean, it's better state than today's age, because here's the thing with me in wrestling. I grew up with it on VHS tapes, seeing stuff like, yes, Hulk Hogan VHS tapes, taped VHS that had superstars, that had even the 90s stuff like Razor Ramon and Doink the Clown and all that stuff. But then it wasn't until got cable, and by the time got cable, the Attitude Era and the WCW, like, the Monday Night Wars were breaking out, so you would keep flipping through, and they got to where, well, I would just watch WWF, and then WCW they would show again, in case you missed it, so it's like you watch both, and you jump it back and forth, and you could see Stone Cold Steve Austin on one, and you get to see Goldberg on the other. You get to see The Rock on one, you get to see Hulk Hogan or Roddy Piper or Randy Savage on the other, and it was a great time. I mean, I'm not really big on the stupid humor, like, cut your pee-pee off, and chop your pee-pee, I should say, but, or like Val Venus, didn't give a crap about his shtick, but, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, the other stuff, that was pretty cool. And then again, it was around 2001 where I kind of went away. And nowadays with wrestling, I mean, I remember there was a time where you had a bunny, like actual guy in a bunny suit on the roster. A guy talking about rosebuds. Yeah, kiss my rosebud. There was a fucking... Now you got people being set on fire like The Fiend and burning up, and he's dead, but then he's not dead, but then he gets beaten easily. It's like, wow, he could survive being burned to death, but he just his ass kicked fairly easily, and that was Bray Wyatt, and then he's let go. You have people going to AEW, like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. CM Punk quit, got fired, however you want to call it, long ago. And then you had, the big shows over there now, and Mark Henry. I mean, you got Roman Reigns, you got Goldberg way past his prime. Bobby Lashley I like, but they've used him poorly. The clips I've seen. And then, oh wow, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. And then they fucked that up because, he's got to need help to win. Bobby Lashley. I mean, what the fuck? This should be two bulldozer badasses going at each other. They can't do it. But sorry, this is Kurt Angle, Randy Orton. Kurt Angle, wonderful wrestler. Despite people chanting, you suck, you suck. He does not suck. Not in the slightest. And this was definitely starting off as more of a wrestling match. Randy Orton using his head, using the ropes. So, hey, I'm on the ropes. He got let go. And Kurt Angle just not having it, trying to suplex his way. Randy Orton holding on for dear life. Kurt Angle getting more and more pissed off. And Kurt Angle, I mean, with the different suplexes and wrestling maneuvers, he was definitely exciting to watch in the match. Even when he tried to do comedy bits with Stone Cold Steve Austin, those were entertaining. Hell, even the match with Shane McMahon, where he's throwing Shane through the glass, definitely a memorable highlight. Oh, there's a suplex, run to the floor. The original Suplex City, man. People think it's Brock Lesnar. No, that was... There were other people doing suplexes, but, you know. Kurt Angle was doing them before. I mean, yeah, like Eddie Guerrero doing the 3 suplexes, the others. I mean, there's many others. What the hell was Jerry Lawler? Lawler said, you can't suplex on the floor. That's not wrestling. It's ECW. There's no rules. So there's no rules. It's fine to suplex on the outside. And Jerry Lawler, you try to pile driver people on the outside. What are you talking about? Ray Orton trying to fight so that he's not... That is still weird that, you know, his mouthpiece says ECW, because I remember when the no one night stand, did I say No Way Out? I meant to say One Night Stand. If I say No Way Out, I apologize. I meant to say One Night Stand. The ECW was One Night Stand, and there was another One Night Stand. I meant to say that, so yeah, if I say No Way Out, I apologize. Sometimes I say stuff, then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I meant. But yeah, One Night Stand, like, people were booing Kurt Angle. No, you suck. Because your mother taught me how. He was saying that to ECW fans, but it's weird that he has like ECW mouth guard on it. I mean, this is after they tried to do that thing where WCW went out of business. They bought it, then they tried to do the Invasion angle, which was a total suck fest. Total suck fest. They didn't have the stars. They didn't have... Because a lot of the stars, when WCW went under, a lot of the big stars had a contract where they could sit home and make money. So it's like, why would I try to get myself hurt when I could sit here and make money? So Kevin Nash could sit home and make money. Goldberg can sit home and make money. Steen could sit home and make money. Like, all these guys could sit there and not worry about coming in because of the contracts that had to be paid off. And so they sat out. So the only people they had were Diamond Dallas Page and Booker T, which were great, but they were horribly used. Diamond Dallas Page, they made him the stalker, like stalking Undertaker's wife or something. Girlfriend, stupid. Like, DDP was a hero and he's a good guy, but no, let's make him a stalker to Undertaker. And then Booker T, you have Triple H in character saying nipple age, preparation age. Fucking vein on his forehead. His big old eyebrows getting bigger with more HGH used. Saying all this stuff to Booker T again for the promos, and then of course Booker T has to lose because you can't have a WCW guy win. Does that make it seem as if WCW's better than WWF? And fuck it, I'm gonna say WWF. I hate WWE Entertainment. To me, it was WWF, so I'm gonna fucking call it WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Fuck the, which they had to change because the World Wildlife Foundation. World Wildlife Foundations are like, we're WWF, so they had to change it to WWE. But hell, Vince McMahon hates wrestling anyway. That's the thing. He never liked wrestling. He liked the entertainment. I mean, he went on record to say he wants to be the Walt Disney of wrestling. Not because he likes the wrestling matches. He doesn't watch the wrestling matches. Maybe he'll look so that people don't fuck up so badly, but he cares more for the entertainment value. Or how they get money. Like the promo where that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie is coming out, Red Notice, so the golden egg. How do you know if you don't watch this stuff? Because I go on YouTube, these clips pop up, I'm like, of course, yeah, I watch it. Mild curiosity. I also listen to people like Jim Cornette, which I may not agree with his politics, but Jim Cornette's wrestling knowledge is pretty sound and very entertaining. I love listening to Jim Cornette stuff. I may not always agree with what he says, but I agree with a lot of what he says because I understand his passion. The way he's passionate about wrestling is how I'm passionate about movies. So, of the Jim Cornette movie reviews. Yeah, I wish. But yeah, you've had this, pretty decent back and forth so far. I mean, these two are pretty talented. Crowd definitely booing Randy Orton. Randy Orton likes to take his time, piss off people. Ooh. That wasn't smooth. That was not smooth. That was not supposed to happen. Kurt Angle got on top of the rope. You could tell he's supposed to either suplex him off the top rope or grab him and do like a slam down. But as they were going down, it slipped. There's some kind of slippage. So Kurt Angle goes up. Not the most smooth. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's what was supposed to happen. Oh, here comes the suplexes. Kurt Angle getting more and more pissed. Oh, Angle slide. Oh, nope. Ooh. Nice. Like, net breaker type. Inverted bat breaker is what Jim Ross called it. But yeah, that's the thing. When you get moves like that, no way that's going to be a 3 count. You kind of know at this point. But that would be surprising if like you get that kind of thing. Oh, goes for RKO. Angle pushes him off. Orton fucked you with the buckle. The turnbuckle. Ooh, another suplex. And number 2. Belly to back suplex number 3. Is it going to go for 4? 4. Get tired now. And 5. Jesus. Now they're really worn out. Half dozen. Jesus. Seven. Now try to cover. Where's Angle? Try to cover. Oh, he's going to go for 8? Jesus. 8, my favorite number. Number 8. That's a lot of work to give someone a suplex. Yeah, you gotta get him back in the ring so you don't get count out. But yeah, Kurt Angle, very talented wrestler. I know he was in TNA for a little bit. What was the thing that happened on TNA? Wasn't like he... he got with Jeff Jarrett's wife, or did Jeff Jarrett get with Kurt Angle's wife? I can't remember which is which. Something to do with him and Jeff Jarrett. One got with the other's wife. I can't remember which. I could be wrong, but I swear that's what happened. Oh, Angel Slam! I'll try... He's wasting time. Try to cover. You wasting time? Okay, he wants to get the submission on. There you go. Ankle lock. I was being pulled back. Being pulled back even more. Yeah, this is not going to be the finish. If it was, it'd be a flat finish. But yeah, back in the day, I mean, Hulk Hogan, I think, worked for what he had to be as that type of wrestler. There's a reason why he was so popular. Ooh, nice maneuver, and of course that open turnbuckle, and the RKO. With the turnbuckle, is this the 3? Yeah. Of course. About 20 minutes in, first match is over. You have at least the thing where there was an open turnbuckle. So there's a little bit of a cheating involved. Nice maneuver getting out of the ankle lock. RKO finisher 1, 2, 3 along with that turnbuckle. And there you go. RKO will kill ECW. So technically that's the first win for Raw, I guess. Because they said Randy Orton was representing Raw. Damn no Sabu's not gonna fucking beat John Cena. I just saw who was fighting who. But I'm like, John Cena's not gonna fucking lose to Sabu. So yeah, you know Sabu's gonna lose. So there's gonna be another one for Raw. Ooh, RKO. I mean, it's decent match. Decent match. I mean, you got two good performers. You know, the heel won. A little bit of cheat involved, you know, that type of thing. I mean, it's not going to be a match I remember by next week, other than Angle trying to get Randy Orton off the top rope. And again, I don't know if that was a mishap or that was supposed to happen. And again, 8 suplexes onto Orton, and then Orton getting the win. Yeah, I'll be honest. Right now, I don't remember all the stuff Randy Orton did to Kurt Angle before it. Shows how my memory's going. I mean, for an opening match, you know, you got two, you know, capable physical talents. Yeah, Vince McMahon. See, he's looking at something. I wonder what. Some kid in a wheelchair. Okay, I wonder what they do. So it's a little kid who has a DX t-shirt, and I guess Vince is wondering that, you know, there's going to be a little trick involved with him. I would say for Vince McMahon, he does play a good heel. I mean, his heel work against Stone Cold Steve Austin is, to me, one of the best angles in wrestling history. Like, if there's Austin versus McMahon to me is the top rivalry for me. Anytime it was Austin versus McMahon back in the day, it was just absolute joy. And even though it can be considered silly when he had Stone Cold Steve Austin using the cement truck to screw up his car, all the other stuff, it was the beer truck, everything in between. It just worked wonders. Even try to fight McMahon steel cage, and there's the bid show, his first night in WWF, and then Vince McMahon just pushed the kid in a wheelchair out the door. I mean, he did work well as a heel. Pretty much you have Coach Jonathan Coachman telling Vince McMahon, "Oh, your number one fan is here. He's in a wheelchair." So Vince McMahon's realizing that his number one fan, he just pushed out the door. See, the thing with this though, I mean, there's always that. It's like they don't know that a camera is watching them. So it's one of those weird things of reality that obviously no, wrestling's not real. It hasn't been, but it's just. We have this camera right in our face, and no one knows that this camera is right in our face. And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't do this. I didn't push a little kid out with a wheelchair. No one saw this. And it's like, hey, that's been like that for the longest time, but just one of those things that wrestling just got, you just say all number of things. Either too talky, too long, too bland, too boring, too goofy, too much trying to be as much gymnastics with no story, not really much for characters, not really much for personalities. They are not allowed to be themselves. There's too many writers who don't know what they're doing. There's a story of the writer that was hired and she admitted before she worked, yeah, I got hired even though I knew nothing about wrestling. And she admitted that, and then of course she got fired soon after that. Now this is Umaga. I know he's passed away, Umaga. Didn't he face... I think he faced Bobby Lashley. I think it was the match where Bobby Lashley was in the steel cage. It's a very cool thing. Bobby Lashley's trying to get out of the cage and he makes a run and he dies and the whole cage falls right onto the guy and Bobby Lashley rolls over onto the cage on top of it. To me, it was like one of the more badass things I had seen. Of course, it makes me wonder when you see stuff like this, is it racially sensitive or insensitive? Of course, he's a wild man. He's got a ring in his nose. He's got a fucking bone or whatever around his neck or where the hell it is. And same with the Islanders or where the hell they were back in the day. And even, Kamala back in the day. Another thing I remember about Umaga, again, I think it was him versus Bobby Lashley. I could be wrong. But the other thing I remember is Steve-O. Oh, God, Eugene. Was that Nick Dinsmore was his real name? I can't remember. But Umaga had a thing where it was not a match, but a segment with, I think around the time Jackass 2 came out. It was Steve-O and I think Chris Pontius. And Steve-O didn't understand that he was supposed to stay down. Like Steve-O, when you do the pranks and all that stuff, he laughs and he jokes and he gets hurt, but he's laughing. And Umaga didn't like that because when you get hit, you have to lie down and stay there. He didn't lie down. He didn't stay put. So Umaga literally beat the crap out of him, and he was knocked out, got a concussion, and didn't remember what the hell happened. He didn't remember leaving the ring. I know Steve-O tells that story on his YouTube channel. So what we got here? We got Umaga, and then Eugene came out. Eugene was a mentally challenged wrestler. He was not mentally challenged in real life. He was just a mentally challenged guy who the people cheered because they liked that he was getting over the heels. But then that could not last forever, so then when they started beating Eugene, people didn't like that because it's like, well, what the hell? You're beating a guy who's mentally challenged. So that wasn't going to last long. So you got like all the characters coming out. You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You got Kamala. You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You got Doink. You got Kamala. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. So there's a bunch of wrestlers. Some of them probably haven't been in the ring in like 15 years. Too old for it. Silly gimmicks from, back to the day. And it's sad, some of these people like Kamala has passed away, and what happened to him was sad. He at one point had one leg taken off. I think also came to a point where two legs were taken off, and then he sadly passed away, Kamala. But yeah, I guess it's strictly Eugene versus Umaga while the other three are outside. I guess it's emotional support. But that's the thing, is that when you see like a guy, I guess it works for a heel to show that he's much more evil. I just see Vince McMahon just like, yeah, he's much more evil. He's beat up a guy who's mentally challenged. He's more evil because of that. Definitely more evil. Absolutely evil. How dare you beat up someone who's mentally challenged? But it's not really something people wanted to see, at least not for long. Maybe it had a short shelf life, but and then after, I'm sure anytime they saw him, they went. And Eugene got beaten, what, in 5 minutes? Wow, that was quick. Okay, so now Umaga's beating up Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So now he's beating up Doink. I guess to really make this a heel people hate. Hey, look, he beat up Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He beat up Doink. He beat up all this stuff. Umaga and Kamala, Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure that's the dream match people have just been waiting for. They just want to see Umaga and Kamala. So Umaga's just gonna leave? Umaga getting pissed. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. Well, that was a waste of fucking time. You know what that was? It was, hey, some people got some paychecks. Kamala got an easy paycheck. He came in, slapped his belly a few times. Hacksaw Jim Duggan came in, they go, yo, and get his ass kicked. Dawn came in to do this and got his ass kicked. Eugene, I mean, was that even a 5-minute match? Wow, I mean, good job, Umaga. You beat up a guy who's mentally challenged. That shows how fucking tough you are. So this is, so I'm listening to Mick Foley. Sorry, I'm listening to the, I'm a fan of Mick Foley. Cactus Jack, you know, all that stuff. What was it, the ST Plunge he did in WCW? I think that's what it was called. Of course, the match with Undertaker where he almost fucking died. There's the match that where he won the championship, where Stone Cold even came in and helped out. Like, everybody was out there, and Mick Foley beat The Rock. The Rock did Sock Connection with him and The Rock. Austin versus Foley, which was a fun match. I think he was Dude Love. But yeah, pretty much for those who don't know, they just explained it there though. Rit Flare wrote a book, and this was actually in the book, as he said it, that Rit Flare did not have kind words for Mick Foley. Rit Flare said that Mick Foley was just a glorified stuntman. You know, nothing more, nothing less, just a glorified stuntman. He wasn't a wrestler. Now here's the thing. Rit Flair, I appreciate his talent. I definitely appreciate his mic skills. I always thought he was overrated. I know that's not a popular opinion. Do I think he's a bad wrestler? Absolutely not. You could say he does the same thing, but hell, you could say that for plenty of wrestlers. They have a set move, set gimmick, set type of thing. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the beers, Stone Cold Stunner, the fingers, you know, Hulk Hogan, you know, hulking up, you, boom, boom, lay drop. Rit Flair can be entertaining. I do think he's talented. It's just, it's not that he's bad, it's just that there's just other wrestlers I enjoy more. I enjoy Bret the Hitman Hart more. I wish, I mean, not the DVDs, but I wish there was like a DVD-R set of all of his matches, especially the ones that no one ever gets to see. Because that was cool about Bret as a champion. Bret defended the championship. It wasn't one of those that you never saw him and he only appeared at the pay-per-view. He would defend against, what was the guy? The guy that had all the tattoos on him. The 1-2-3 Kid. Well, he had some really good matches on Monday Night Raw. The King of the Ring tournament. I wish there was like a DVD-R. If someone that knows someone who has a DVD-R that has a bunch of that, all like Bret Hart matches taped, even like the Hart Foundation, please let me know. I would love to gladly buy it. But yeah, there are Bret Hart DVDs, but I just meant. But yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart, he's a favorite of mine. Stone Cold Steve Austin is #1 for me in entertainment value, and he could not wrestle as much because of his neck, but he did what he could, and he was, again, great on the mic. Top 10, like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin would be there. Bret the Hitman Hart would be on there. Macho Man Randy Savage would be up there. Ricky Steamboat will be on there. I know somewhere in the top 10, Jake the Snake Roberts. God, Booker T would probably be in there in the top 10. I like Booker T. I got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He deserves to be in the top 10 for wrestlers. Favorites. I don't know who else. I have to think about it. Roddy Piper. I mean, Roddy Piper was more of a brawler, but his mic skill is exceptional. But you got Rit Flare versus Mick Foley. And these two don't like each other. And here's the thing. All intents and purposes, Mick Foley has been called the nicest guy. Everyone loves him. Mick Foley doesn't want to say a bad word about anybody. He's the nicest guy. He's like one of the good guys. Rit Flair, on the other hand, I've heard plenty of stories where he's rather scatterbrained, where he can't remember stuff. There's a whole plane ride from hell where he was like drunk and he was twirling his dick around, doing a helicopter, and may or may not have gotten a woman at least feel uncomfortable. I mean, Mick Foley is not Bret Hart. He's not, pulling absolute wrestling maneuvers, but he's, talented for what he needed to do for his style. So yeah, Mick Foley punching Ric Flair. But this is definitely a match that you won't know who would win, because both of them have taken quite a few losses. Rit Flair takes a lot of losses. Mick Foley takes a lot. Mick Foley lost. I think when he returned and with the Rock and Sock connection, they lost, and he got pinned. He got pinned from Edge in the WrestleMania match. Austin pinned him. Others. Rit Flair has lost a lot. Very rarely, maybe way back to the day, but very rarely would his figure four actually result in a win. But, although I know he did beat Vince McMahon. So, okay, Mick Foley has Sacco, but it looks like Rit Flair. Definitely a lot of pictures being taken. The crowd seems to be into it. Okay, that's not an automatic disqualification. Didn't he just punch him in the... Isn't that a disqualification? It's not real, Matt. Yeah, I know, but... See, there's certain matches at ECW I can appreciate more than, say, a Jim Cornette, but I get his meaning with the hardcore stuff, because he said it very well. Back to the day, we would try not to hurt someone, but the people would believe it was real. Like, they would believe it. Now, when people do that hardcore stuff, you really are hurting someone, and people still don't believe it. Like, you could tape glass and hit in someone's face, someone slamming the thumbtacks. Doesn't really take a lot of effort. Takes guts. Doesn't take a lot of effort as in like a magician type of talent. And at the end, ooh, small package. But, wow, really? Really? There you go. Throwing Ric Flair out. Wonder if he's going to blade in this one. You don't blade in this one now, Rick? Because he does a lot of blade jobs where... I would not be surprised if he starts bleeding in this one. Oh, there you go. Rit Flare. Yeah, there you go. Mick Foley right over the steps there. Ooh, slaps and a punch. Get Mick Foley back into the ring. Another slap and a punch. I don't know where the hell Mick Foley is going. He's going to the crowd for some reason. I just scratched Rit Flare's eyes. But that's it. We had to do that so that to flip Rit Flair over the barricade back onto the floor. But yeah, by this point they'd be kind of out. But yeah, the whole thing with the hardcore stuff, I mean, that's why you can't go too far. Like the CZW stuff, I'm like, okay, now you're hitting people with 85 pieces of glass and everything else in between, and people get desensitized to that. And you go, well, okay, if you can't beat someone doing this, this, and this, it's like when Triple H had the sledgehammer. Like, you hit someone in the head with a sledgehammer, they're dead. It's just like, it may seem cool once or twice, but you just, again, get desensitized to it, and you just, after a while, it just, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Okay, now what? And they're like, okay, now you've seen everything. Or they try to do every fucking match nowadays where everyone dives. Everyone does a fucking dive outside. I mean, are there matches anymore where no one fucking dives? There you go. Rit Flair was doing the figure four, and Mick Foley hit Flair with the trash can. And Rit Flair won because of a DQ? Really? Yeah, that's going to make the fans go home happy. Let's have a match between Mick Foley and Rit Flair, and oh, Rit Flair wins because of a DQ. How the fuck is that a satisfying thing, man? Surprised it wasn't just a no disqualification match. So he's got the barbed wire bat, hits Rit Flair in the face. I guess at this point, hey, at least because both didn't like each other, neither one really wanted to lose by pin, so I'm sure that was the deal. Listen, we don't like each other. Yep, I told you he was doing a blade. Yep, Rit Flair, of course, he's doing blade. It's like, listen, we don't like each other. I'm not going to get a pinfall from you. Well, Rit Flair, you don't technically win. So Foley didn't beat you. But Foley's going to, bloody you up with this bat barbed wire. And I just see, like, Rit Flair, he's like, yeah, I'll do this because people will, because I'm so old, and because I'm a legend. See, like, right here, he's playing the sympathy card, and you have these people like, oh my god, look how barbaric he is. And try to do all these shots, like, look how barbaric Mick Foley is. Look how terrible he is. Look at all these serious looks. You do a little bit of booing. What's fake was real, because you never know what the hell WWF will pipe in. This is another useless fucking match, I'm sorry. I mean, so far, the Randy Orton, Kurt Angle match was okay. The Eugene match was completely fucking pointless other than a couple wrestlers getting their paychecks in. This, nothing fucking says. I mean, it's okay, you guys did a couple things. It's like there's no satisfying ending. No one wanted to see a win by DQ. And then Mick Foley doesn't even get a chance to shine in the fact of, again, I guess that was the policy. Okay, you will get the damage on Rick, but Rick will get the sympathy and technically the win. So whatever. So we got advertising for WrestleMania. WrestleMania 22. WrestleMania 22. Available now. WWE.shop.com. No, it's not. Now it's on Peacock. Because you don't even have the network anymore. At least I don't think. You have the Peacock, the NBC thing. Which I don't know if there's talks of WWF being sold. I'm sure it will, but at the same time, part of me is like, who the hell wants to buy it? Because I don't think it's as high as commodity as it used to be. Now it's kind of it used to be like a worldwide phenomenon, and now it's kind of a niche product. I mean, the ratings keep going down, all that stuff. Sorry, I'm listening to Carlito now. God, I forgot about Carlito. I'm sure nowadays you're not going to have this on because it'd be too demeaning to women, but, lady looks pretty. Bra and panties, bra and panties, bra and panties, bra and panties. Aw, but it's to wash the little doggies. Cute little dogs. I'm not a dog guy. If I'd ever had a dog, it would be either a German Shepherd or maybe a little teeny guy like those. Like maybe that. But yeah. But you do get a little bit of ladies massaging each other, a little bit of that. But yeah, WWF just has gone so downhill where things are much more scripted. People don't have the freedom to do what they want. They screw people up. They make consistently dumb decisions. They don't want to follow someone to the longer level of success. They're really herky-jerky in their decisions. Like snap judgments. Oh my god, we gotta change here. Well, wait a minute, let's let it breathe. No, don't let it breathe. Change this, change that. Like I said, I forgot about Carlito. Caribbean cool. Which I know, I mean, he's not in WWF anymore. He's been working the indie circuit. Was he part of that match where that one idiot Hannibal, some idiot guy who has some stupid YouTube show and he's a wrestler? He's like, hey guys, my name is Hannibal. I'm going to do an interview with this guy. My name is Hannibal. And he like did some stupid shit with this ref where the ref was bleeding badly and this Hannibal's a fucking idiot. So you have Carlito, you got Johnny Nitro. I don't even know who Johnny Nitro is. And I think they mentioned Shelton Benjamin. Johnny Nitro isn't John Morrison, is it? See, this shows how away from the product I am. Listen, I forgot who the hell Johnny Nitro was. Guess I could look it up. I mean, got a computer right here. Shelton Benjamin is one of those wrestlers that just... He is very talented. He never got, I think, the respect or the... That's a guy that, yeah, he does... Well, I don't know if he has a big personality, because I don't think they really gave him much of a room to breathe to let it possibly be showcased. Yeah, John Morrison. Okay, that's what I thought. Wanted to be double sure. Of course, I had to call him Johnny Nitro. God. And Shelton Benjamin is the IC champ. Which I remember when you would win that championship, that means there could be possibly better things for you in the future. Like, think of in the past, you know, people that won that belt. I mean, even the Ultimate Warrior won the IC belt. That let him get the championship. You know, Didn't Stone Cold Steve Austin win the IC belt? I'm trying to remember if he won the IC belt. I know, oh God, Bret Hart won the IC belt. That was a step after the go to the championship. There's Sheldon Benjamin trying to get an easy win. Oh, nope, not quite. There you go. That's another thing I didn't mention about that Rit Flare match, is that it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. I didn't think, you know, I didn't mention that, but like, you couldn't have Mick Foley win one. I'm sorry, I'm going on that rant, but you couldn't have him win one fucking match, like being even. Like, you had a Rit Flare, he had to win 2 of them. I don't know why the fuck Mick Foley would even do it. Okay, I'm going to do a 2 out of 3 falls match with Rit Flare, who's much older than me. Even by this point, he's ancient. And I'm going to lose 2 times in a row. I'm not even going to win 1 time. And I'm going to have people, I don't know, boo me. Why the fuck would Mick Foley say yes to that? I don't understand. Nothing match. No one's going to remember Rit Flare versus fucking Mick Foley. Here, at least, you get some really talented people. I mean, it's a 3-way match. But you get some high-flying, athletic people. And here's the thing, when you don't have everybody doing it, when you finally get someone doing it, it feels more special. And that's the thing, don't have every fucking match do the same damn thing. It's like, okay, no, these 3 guys, they know what they're doing. They're very talented in the ring. They know how to move. They know how to work. Got kind of a weak clothesline by Carlito. Catapults Johnny Nitro over the top rope onto the ground. What the hell's Carlito going to do? Oh, another dive. Yeah, gotta do a dive. Even back then, a dive. They should move out of the way. Oh, no. Nope, he knew something was wrong, but then he got slipped up. There, right into the metal post. There you go, Sheldon. Yeah. Ooh, nice body slam. Good job, Shelton. Oh shit. Goes John Morrison, slamming Shelton Benjamin down. Well, no, haymakers downward. There's Carlito. Ooh. That is a nice dive. That is a nice landing. No fumbles, no gaffes in that. That was, I mean, if you don't do a dive, that was a good one. Because he jumped onto the top rope, did a dive, landed on both. Nice little athletic maneuver. And then when you don't have everybody doing it in every match, that's much more unique for that wrestler, that match. A lot of times with these three-way matches, there's always got to be one guy who is knocked out or is outside for a while, so that these two can go. Then until the time comes, then they'll come in. Now, I don't know why can't the ref count the one guy out? And be like, okay, you're out, now it's one-on-one. I mean, does that mean there is no count out in this type of match? Ooh, there you go. Actually, I'm trying to think, are three-ways, I think they're no DQ. I think that's the thing, they're no DQ. Maybe that's why. I can't remember. I remember hearing that three-ways, there's no DQ on them. I could be wrong. But that might be the case. Duck from Carlito, go on there. Ooh, a nice bat flip. Ooh, very nicely done. Hurricane Rana, I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah. JR said it. So. But very nice bit of athletic there, and it works. Oh, ooh. There goes Sheldon. Have a Superman flight. Yeah, you took a little bit too much time to pin. Has rolled Carlito against the turnbuckle. Up. Ooh. Throwing John Morrison right out of the ring. Like Lawler said, you're wasting time. That's going to be a big mistake. Because I have a feeling Sheldon's not going to win this one. Ooh, good suplex. I think that's what your classic suplex. Now you're slapping him, that's not going to help. Ooh. Good Samoan drop. Up, nope. Yeah, that's going to be the typical thing in the three ways. That one tries to pin, the other will come in and slam it down. Uh-oh, what are you going to do? Oh. Another pretty cool maneuver. I mean, I could play about the gymnastics stuff. Again, stuff like this works well. Does work well. It's just that everybody does it. When everybody does it, it all starts feeling the same. Like, we haven't seen a match like this at all tonight, and that makes this much more exciting. Because you haven't seen it done 4 times before. But I mean, maybe that's what with the other matches you say there's variety, but it's just in Eugene Umaga match. Again, just felt like, hey, let's have a cameo city. Ooh. I I'm not sure if Carlito had all that drop kick onto Shelton. I mean, they have the right angle for it, but still, I don't know if he had all that drop kick in. Ooh. Oh shit. Now what? Uh-oh. There you go. Sheldon was smart. Used that maneuver to shake the ropes so that get him all the way down. Uh-oh. That's that good play, Shelton. I mean, oh shit. Sheldon jumped all the way to the top rope. Oh, he's gonna... Oh no. That was pretty cool, I gotta admit. Pretty much Sheldon went up to suplex Carlito off the top rope. And then Johnny Nitro came up and able to slam both of them down. And that was a pretty cool move, I gotta admit. The tough thing about doing those maneuvers, though, is that it's hard to not do that without knowing, okay, these guys are cooperating with each other. I mean, as fake as it is, it's supposed to be people beating the hell out of each other in order to win. So when you do those bid moves, oh, we're helping each other to beat each other, I was like... I'm not sure about Carlito's clotheslines. They're not really the strongest looking clotheslines. Oh, small package. Oh, inside cradle, I mean. Also, I guess it's hard for these guys to sell, because, like... Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a pretty good maneuver. Carlito jumped off the ropes, 2 elbows to them. But with all this damage they put to each other, does it seem like they're almost worse for the wear? Like they're worse for the wear for a minute, and then okay. Oh, there you go. Kick Carlito right in the back of the head. I can definitely say this so far is the best match on the card. But again, even with the athletic stuff here, I think you have people that are a bit more talented in doing it than people today. Meaning, they're doing athletic stuff, but it's making a bit of sense. Ooh, there you go. One trying to do the other overturns it, boom, knees right to the back. And Johnny Nitro steals it after pulling Carlito out. There you go. Technically, Carlito would have won, but the asshole pulled it out and he stole a win. So maybe it'll then go to a match between Johnny Nitro and Carlito. I don't know if they went to a WrestleMania match or what the deal is, but sadly Sheldon Benjamin kind of lost the shuffle there. But yeah, that's definitely the best match so far on this card. Really the only match I truly liked. The stuff with Randy Orton and Kurt Angle, it was okay, but with those two it feels like it could have been better. Again, the stuff with Eugene, completely pointless. You could use the bathroom for that. Mick Foley and Rit Flare, to me, I thought it sucked. honestly, I thought it blatantly sucked. Again, 2 out of 3 falls, and Mick Foley loses twice, and then, well, I use a bad cut, Rit in the face, but now everyone feels sorry for him and boo Mick Foley. Just, I don't know why Mick Foley would say yes to that. Maybe, being a company man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to these other guys afterward. As the Spirit Squad. So we got Rob Van Dam versus Edge. We got Imposter Kane versus Kane. I forgot about the Imposter Kane. John Cena versus Sabu. And DX versus the Spirit Squad. Which I think one of these is, yeah, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler is one of them. Which he definitely was able to, after a little bit while, patch himself up and survive, at least for a little while. Became a fan favorite. But yeah, the Spirit Squad got buried with this match because when you have 5 of them and you can't beat 2 guys, you kind of are not that intimidating of a group anymore. So this is pretty much the end of the Spirit Squad. I mean, they might have done a few little bit more, but it's just again, they're not going to be long for this company after that. Not at all. Not at fucking all. So I looked up Carlito. Apparently he had a match where him and Trish Stratus faced off against Johnny Nitro and Melina, and Carlito and them, I believe, won. He had a feud with Randy Orton. Randy Orton won twice, but then Tribute to the Troops, Carlito won. He competed for the Intercontinental Championship. Carlito lost to Jeff Hardy. Carlito was in a feud with Rit Flare. He lost to Flair in a match. They were put as a tag team with Flair serving as a mentor. Triple threat match between Carlito, Great Khali, Randy Orton. Randy Orton won. Yeah, it seemed like they were a bit high on him. I mean, especially with this match, like he had a lot of good stuff, and then I mean, okay, so he even lost a match to Rit Flare via submission. I mean, what good does it do for Rit Flair to beat Carlito in Judgment Day? Like, Carlito is one of your younger guys that you hope to get bigger, but Rit Flair, who's like twice or 3 times the age, what the hell? So pretty much, we're not going to do much of shit for you. Trying out loud. Yeah, One Night Stand, Rob Van Dam versus John Cena. The crowd in this is crazy. If you watch this with the crowd just ate the WWF wrestlers alive. Fuck you, Cena. Fuck you, Cena. You can't wrestle. Like, the crowd was insane. One Night Stand 2005 is worth the watch just for the fucking crowd alone. Was it 2005 or 2006? I think 2005. Or was it 2006? Maybe it was 2006. Never mind. Maybe it was 2006. Yeah, it was 2006. Where Rob Van Dam won. Of course, Edge turns on Rob Van Dam to set up their feud. So I'm watching the WWF does a good job editing these highlight like promos that get the audience pumped up. They definitely do a nice job editing that. I mean, nice production value. You gotta give it that. I like the Edge as well. I do like the Edge as a wrestler. I don't mind his theme song. I think Edge has the right look. He's good in the ring. He's solid in promos. And I definitely think he's much better than John Cena. He could be a hero. He could be a villain. And I think just Edge has that. He's a very talented guy. Of course, playing off, it did the ECW fans pissed. Then Canadians won it for you. Just like I won that match for RVT. Lita. We don't have sex just like you guys do, but unlike you, we're not brother and sister. And Jim Ross works well. He works well reacting to the wrestlers. He's just a great commentator. I wish they had brought back Bobby the Brain Heenan. Maybe he would not have done it. Maybe he felt he would not have worked in this. I don't think he was asked to come back, but I don't know how Bobby the Brain Heenan's health was at this time, but I just think he would have been much better than Jerry the Teen Lawler. I do. Just Bobby the Brain Heenan is just funny, he's witty, he's quick. I just think Jim Ross and Bobby the Brain Heenan would have been gold together. I really do. But just Jerry the Teen Lawler just never did anything for me as an announcer, as a commentator, I should say, not announcer. Just his voice I find kind of annoying. I can relate to my voice is annoying. When he's like, oh, puppies! Just, his announcing is goofy, silly. I don't really care about him as a wrestler, at least to me. You got 2 belts. And I like Rob Van Dam as well. I think he's a talented guy. And both of these guys have gone to movies, at least for a little bit. Edge was in a couple movies. One was Bending All the Rules or something with Jamie Kennedy, which wasn't that good, but not for, Edge tried. Jamie Kennedy tried, just wasn't, just a very generic movie. But it's not like the worst I've seen, but it's, generic. But, again, Edge, Adam Copeland, I think is his real name, he tried. He fucking tried. And I'm trying to think what other, he's been in a few other movies. There's one I saw, the plane one, that was awful. That was absolutely fucking terrible. Money Plane, that's what it was. That was shit. But I think he could work in the Roddy Piper maybe type of thing. I think he could work. That's him making fun of the whole effing show, making fun of his kicks. I did like Edge had the look, he had presence, charisma, he knew how to be a heel, making fun of stuff. He could work in the ring. Like Edge had all the goods, and then Sally, he got hurt, felt like he was retired, he was done for good, and then he came back. But again, like everything else, WWE fucks it up, screws it up. But I didn't also like every fucking match gotta be like a hardcore stuff and all this other shit, and it's like, okay, if you say so. Oh, nice flip with Edge, laying on his feet. Dodging the kicks. Using the ropes to steep out of it. He was dodging some moves, but Rob Van Dam got him a little bit in a almost pinfall. And like Rob Van Dam, he's been in films. I mentioned like Adam Cole, he was in Bending All the Rules and Money Plane, which was awful. Rob Van Dam, he was in a film with Steven Seagal, Sniper Special Ops, which is dog crap. Dog shit. Ooh, a nice bat flip. Another moonsault, missed. Up, does a bat flip, almost pins Edge again, not quite. And Edge is like, guy needs some room to breathe. VD, the whole effing show. Ooh, nice takedown onto Edge. Edge really hasn't done a lot of offense on this. You say he was cocky, he was taking RVD for granted and showing, hey, this RVD guy, he's definitely tougher than I thought he was. You say, maybe that's the story being told in this. Oh, drop kick, boom. Now Edge is crawling down, or RVD's going after him. Up, there's RVD. Boom. Flip right onto Edge. This whole match pretty much has been RVD showing Edge that he is worthy. That, yeah, you did that thing with John Cena, but look at me. I'm still able to kick your ass. And of course, a little bit of interference with Lita. Yeah, kicked her. Oh, but the villain, the heel, just a dirty tactic in. Get a little kick in there. Ooh. Power bomb using the ropes. Right onto the floor. Yeah, flipping over. Boom. Power bomb. Boom. Very nice. So now maybe this will be the turning point for Edge. Did some maneuvers onto here. Able to kick him, be able to do this move. So now he's on the floor. He's hurt a bit. It's LA, try a pinfall because I want the championship. Damn it, I'm pissed. I need to do something more about this. What can I do? Let's get up and let's figure out how to take care of this guy. Show a little bit of pain. So yeah, at least that's a nice bit of selling. That's the one thing about the Johnny Nitro, Shelton, Carlito. There's really no one selling like they were going through pain, like all the crazy stuff they're going through, but you didn't really see them. Like you see Edge there showing a bit of pain from the moves that RVD's been doing on him. That he is a bit hurt. He's a little bit sluggish. A bit more mocking of him to the crowd. Ooh, right into the turnbuckle. Trying, what's he going to do next? A little bit of choking. Ref's like, come on now, knock that shit off. What's the sign? Triple H stole my girlfriend. Do you really? Well, I was gonna say, do you really want Stephanie as your girlfriend? Well, I guess if you're able to sign that piece of paper, maybe you'd get half or something. 50-50. Now he's working on the back. I'm surprised he's not working on the legs, since a lot of Rob Van Dam's maneuvers is with the legs. You think you want to work on that so he doesn't do the kicks and he can't do his fraud splash, or get up on the ropes, the turnbuckle. You think, again, that you want to work on the legs, but okay, work on the back. But, I do wonder, people maybe would think these things are too slow, these kind of maneuvers. Oh, kick in the head. Oh, there you go. Ooh. Nice, yeah. Yeah, Edge definitely took a lot of that. Because one of those, like, he grabbed RVD, and then like a toe slam onto his legs, and then onto his back. Now is Edge going to get out of the way? Yep, there you go. There you go, there's the leg being hurt. Now is Edge going to capitalize on this? His leg's being hurt. Don't do more to that leg. Let's see. He's showing that it's hurt. Going to try to pin. Which makes sense because he wants the championship. So I'm going to try for the pin. He's hurt. He's in pain. Let me try for a pin. He kicked out, so I'm going to have to do some more work. I would say the Shelton Carlito was the best in terms of fun entertainment, and this one seems the better at telling like a story. Oh, flying on again. He lands on his leg again. Which I was, Rob Van Dam's got to fix his hair. I don't know where he's crawling to. Ooh. Run to the barricade. Ooh. But again, at least Edge is keeping that momentum of, I want to get this guy pinned because I want that championship. So I'm going to take whatever I can. Okay, I don't know why he's not working on the leg. He's working on the back. But I guess the back as well. It's going to be hard to, you know, not just your leg, but your back's going to, you know, that's going to hurt with the offense as well, especially trying to get up on the top rope, the turnbuckle, if your back's hurting. That's not going to help matters. Ooh, there you go, backbreaker. And yeah, this is now torturing a bit of the back. Which is, other than the mislay, I mean, he's been going for the back. I mean, knee to the back in the submission, power bomb that hit his back. Now this right here with the back. At least that part is, you know, consistent. Ooh, boom, knee. Another knee right to the head. I would say, like I said, the Sheldon, Carlito, Johnny Nitro was the more of a fun, and this is like the better wrestling match. Yeah, if you're talking about storytelling wise. Ooh, nice foot to the face. Nicely done. Ooh, there you go. Replay, yeah, boom, nice kick to the face. I gotta say, like, I like both of these guys, so whoever wins, it's fine with me. Because I like both of them. Okay, what's going to happen here? You tell when they get close to that, there's going to be some talk. Yep, there you go. Is this a DDT? Oh, no, wait. What's going on here? Ooh, another nice kick. Ooh, block, another kick to the head. Another tick. Already gotta try to pin him. I guess let me mention here. Aftermath. Triple threat match was booked between Rob Van Dam, Edge, and John Cena after Van Dam made the stipulation. Edge defeated both Van Dam and Cena to become the new WWE Champion after pinning Van Dam. Following night on ECW and Sci-Fi, Van Dam lost the ECW title to The Big Show after The Big Show received assistance from Paul Heyman, who declined to make the 3 count for Van Dam, but instead did the pinfall of The Big Show. It was announced that Heyman was suspended Van Dam for... This scene was written after WWE suspended Van Dam for his recent drug possession arrest. Okay, so... I see. Ooh, that's a nice move from Edge. Nice move. But not quite. So let me read about this. So, okay, this pay-per-view, June 25th, 2006. June 25th, 2006 is pay-per-view. In July 2006, July 3rd, so like a week later. Oh man. Sorry, I'm watching the match. Oh, he's like, I think he was wondering, like, he wanted to do his move, but it's like, damn, he's too far. So he had to improvise with this. Maybe not, but that's what it seemed like. Like, I was like, hey, yo, Edge, come back, a little bit. Like, maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that was the intention. I don't know. But it looked as if, oh fuck, he's too far, and let me do this. I didn't. Maybe not. Oh, a nice flip there. Ooh, hit. Yep, referee down. Now what's going to happen to who now? Ooh, nice close. Now that's a good clothesline. Carlito could learn a thing about clotheslines from Edge. That's a good clothesline. That's a good clothesline. I should mention, Rob Van Dam's real name is Robert Zakowski. So him and Sabu got arrested on July 3rd in Ohio, stopped for speeding. Discovered he was in possession of 18 grams of weed, 5 Vicodin pills, while Sabu was in possession of drug paraphernalia and 9 tablets of testolactone. Posted bail. July 6th reported court date for these two. August, Rob Van Dam pleaded guilty, speed and possession of weed. He was fined $140 in additional court costs. The WWS wilderness policy can lead to Townsend dismissal from the company. John Laurinaitis released a statement saying they were eligible to compete in tapings. Well, investigation. Van Dam was suspended without pay for 30 days. So yeah, that's what fucked him up. Yeah, that's what fucked him up. Because again, a week later, after this big win, like this is spoiler alert, because I just thought Rob Van Dam wins, and that's a pretty big win, beating Edge. Edge, despite this interference with Lita, the stuff that with the chair, I'm guessing he's going to hit the chair. Yeah, so it's going to help. Well, this is why he wins, because his head was hitting the chair. So at least he gave more of a reason as to why Edge lost. So he lost, but it's not an absolute clean loss. There's, ooh, a nice frog splash. Very nice. Is it 1, 2, 3? I would say, yeah, that's the best match of the card. Now that I see it played out more, that was the best match so far. Shelton, that was number 2. This is the best match. That was very well done. Nicely done. Both got their moments to shine. Edge got pinned, so the audience is going home happy, as he's the ECW and championship winner. So the audience is going home happy. You didn't destroy Edge because the chair, he tried to cheat. He turned on himself. He screwed himself up, I should say. There you go. But yeah, so at the end of July 3rd episode of Raw, Edge won. But I'm sure Van Dam was supposed to keep the ECW. But then, well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think now. Let me double check something real quick. So the day he got in trouble was the episode of Raw. So does that mean they got in trouble earlier that night and then released after posting bail? I'm guessing at that time they're like, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. They probably have changed stuff that quickly. Because, like, okay, the wellness policy, you guys are fucked. We gotta do something about this. So, I don't know if Edge was always going to win that night or what the deal was. It says Edge, as part of scripted events, defeated both. So, maybe that was supposed to happen. But Van Dam losing the ECW title, the bid show, that was probably not supposed to happen. I'm guessing. Could be wrong on that. This is Vengeance, and maybe that'd be something like Van Dam would be in WrestleMania for something. I don't know. So you got Paul Heyman here. When ECW, his stuff was a thing. Because again, ECW shut down, then got to be a little bit part of here. Well, yeah, remember this was June, so WrestleMania would be far along away. I'm just looking at the next pay-per-view. Like, who is in there. Paul London, Brian Kindred defeated the Pitbulls, Jamie Noble and Kid Cash. Finlay defeated William Regal for the U.S. Championship. Gregory Helms, that's the guy who's the Hurricane, defeated Matt Hardy, singles match. Undertaker defeated Big Show. Andre Massaro won the Fatal 4-Way Bra and Panties match. Mr. Kennedy defeated Batista by DQ. Team Booker defeated Rey Mysterio. So yeah, think about that. Like, none of these people are on this show. Like, none of them. And when was this? July. So this is June. I think about in June, you got Edge, you got Rob Van Dam. Well, you know, that I guess that thing happened. You got Carlito, you got Robert, Shelton Benjamin, you got was it John Cena, Cebu, like now none of these are in the next month. Now it's Team Booker, Rey Mysterio, Mr. Tandy, Batista. I guess, hey, it gives people variety. Have some more different people to shine. So I guess there's that. Instead of seeing the same, oh, let's see John Cena and Randy Orton have another match. And then SummerSlam 2006, it was Carlito defeated Rob Conway in a dark match. Chavo defeated Ray. Big Show defeated Sabu. So yeah, Big Show is the ECW champ. That's when ECW was pretty much in the toilet. ECW did not want to see the fucking Big Show as the champion. And you're like, okay, yeah, Big Show defeat Rob Van Dam because of that. Big Show defeat fucking Sabu. Just tell the ECW audience to lay down so you can piss in their mouth. Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Orton. That's I guess Hogan's like, that doesn't work for me, brother. I know he's a legend killer, but you defeat me, that doesn't work for me, brother. Rit Flare defeated Mick Foley in an I Quit match. So yeah, great. Rit Flare defeats Mick Foley again. You can't. Fucking ridiculous. So Mick Foley, too nice. Batista, like, okay, yeah, Rit Flare beat him 2 times, 2 out of 3 here. Then SummerSlam, Rit Flare defeats Mick Foley, I Quit match. Come on. Batista defeated Team Booker. Edge defeated Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon. Edge defeated John Cena. There you go. Sorry, I'm just looking at what some of these other pay-per-views are in 2006. I completely forgot there was an imposter Kane. They tried to do that back today where you had Undertaker and Imposter Undertaker. So I guess they just wanted the image of the way Kane used to look like with the mask, and then Kane without the mask. I always thought Kane looked better with the outfit and mask on. Again, I always thought Kane looked better with the suit, the outfit and the mask on, and the long hair. I just always thought he looked better, he looked more intimidating, he was more mysterious, because he didn't know what he looked like. I think he just looks better with the mask, but obviously there's a different person who's not moving quite like, because that's supposed to be, because that's the real Glenn Jacobs without the mask. Thus Kane versus Imposter Kane. But I remember they had Undertaker versus Imposter Undertaker. I forgot what, the $1 Million Man like got his own Undertaker, and one wore gray and one wore purple gloves. That didn't really lead to much. But yeah, I don't know if anyone was really asking for fucking... I don't know if anyone was really asking for this match. Then his imposter Kane doesn't really have a scary edge to it. The way he's holding that mask and such. No. Well, there you go. Nice drop there. So just put Unforgiven 2006, Johnny Nitro defeats Jeff Hardy. Kane versus Umaga in a double countout. Spirit Squad, while they're still around, defeated the Highlanders. I'm surprised they're still around. DX defeated Big Show, McMahon, and Shane. Trish defeated Lita. Randy Orton defeated Carlito. John Cena defeated Edge. So Edge and John Cena are going back and forth. So yeah, I'm looking, because I don't care about Kane versus Imposter Kane. Give a rat's ass. I don't know if anyone really gives a rat's ass about this match. It's like go to the bathroom type of match. I guess it's like, well, we gotta give Kane something to do. We can't have Undertaker on here, so let's have Kane on here versus Imposter Kane. I'm not saying we should have Undertaker versus Kane for the 100th time, but it's like, come on. But I guess, people thought, hey, it's Kane versus someone wearing his costume. People thought, that'd be of interest. So pretty much this year, Spirit Squad, they lost here. They lost Saturday night's main event, which was brought back for a bit. They won a few matches with, these are the teams: Jim Duggan and Eugene, Charlie Haas and Viscera, Snitsky and Val Venus. The Highlanders. I don't remember who the hell the Highlanders are. At the end of September, beginning of October, the squad as a whole began a losing streak. Members losing single matches to Rit Flare. What is the deal with Rit Flare getting all these fucking wins? Group disbanded November 27th episode of Raw. Defeated in a 5-on-3 handicap match by DX and Flair. Place all members into a crate stamped OVW, Louisville, Kentucky, a reference to the developmental territory for which the Spirit Squad had come. Oh, I'm sure Jim Cornette fucking loved that. In other words, that was completely buried. I mean, the Spirit Squad was not a good gimmick. They're cheerleaders, but they're guys. Really, they're just there to... jobbers. I don't want to say jobbers, they won some match, but I don't know. As you see, I really give a shit about this Kane match. What they say, like, take the mask off, or get that mask off, or something? I just, maybe they thought, maybe there's some big revelation if the mask was off, like, who is this guy, someone we know? I know it's a dumb thought, but I wonder if anyone thought that maybe it was Undertaker under that mask. Again, I know that's a dumb thought, but I wonder if anyone had the idea of... See, this was like, okay, you're just wait here. Wait here. Stand here a bit so we don't hurt each other. Ooh, and that was not the smoothest. Kane tried to go back, and then he went to his side. So they tried to go to the side. Like, you saw how Shelton and them did it. Yeah, you see, Kane was going back. They kind of went to his side and landed on his hands and knees. See, compared to earlier in the match where you saw Shelton, Johnny, and Carlito do that one move beautifully, stick with them. You know, Kane does not need to do shit like this. But this is also around the same time that See No Evil was out. So that's probably another reason why they wanted Kane in these matches, because See No Evil came out 2006. When did that come out? And Imposter Kane won. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, May 2006, See No Evil came out. But yeah, that's crazy that fucking, you know, Imposter Kane won. That is definitely a surprise. I mean, I don't care about the match. I don't care what happened. Really, but it's one of those like, oh shit. I wonder if that's why Rit Flare won. You had the Ultimate Rit Flare. You had the Ultimate Rit Flare collection coming out on DVD, so yeah, we gotta have him win. I wonder, like, what was the deal with this Imposter Kane thing? I know for a guy who doesn't care, I'm looking into it. I just guess it's something I never even heard, don't even remember. Andrew Hankinson, known as Doc Gallows. Now, I'm surprised that, you know, John Cena would be pissed at Edge because he's the one that made you lose. But he's just pissed at ECW. because he had all the boos, he had been fucked over by Paul Heyman, and sort of this hatred for. And it kind of represented probably Vince McMahon. Like, Vince McMahon doesn't want to put WCW, ECW above WWF. And this would lead to the three of them. I think about it. I mean, if Rob Van Dam did not did the drug possession, would he have been taking so much out of the... Probably would have. Probably like, hey, we don't give you that highlight, but he won because of Edge as well. But it's like, okay, there's a three-way, and who's the one who lost? Rob Van Dam. Who started fighting? It was, Cena versus Edge. And give ECW time to shine, but you can't make them all together too much better because it's still WWF. They're still the number one. So I was looking real clear. On May 2006, Hankinson debuted on Raw as an imposter Kane. That's because See No Evil was coming out in the movie. Wearing Kane's own mask, re-attire, he chokeslammed Kane during his match against Shelton Benjamin. He repeatedly attacked the real Kane during or after his matches. Face off Vengeance. Hankinson, the imposter won. One night later, the storyline was abruptly ended when the original Kane attacked the imposter Kane, removed his mask, and threw him out of the building. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, then what was the point of this imposter Kane winning? And then one night later, you know what? Kane, you beat him up, you throw the guy out, never see him again. Then what the fuck was the point? Maybe they thought, hey, people thought this match sucked, or this match wasn't that great, so just nix it. Call an audible. Say, hey, you're going to lose. What? Or maybe they were afraid they'd say no to that, so... Later on, I think he'd be Luke Gallows, this guy. But yeah... So we have, the ECW crew. This is a lumberjack match. Extreme Rules lumberjack match. Doesn't matter because John Cena's going to win. Now, I'm sure people are saying, you just know that, I mean, come on. Did anyone expect fucking John Cena to lose to Sabu? Come on now. Even before looking it up, I'm like, yeah, John Cena's going to beat Sabu. That the Sandman tried to give that look. What the hell's Sandman doing? Like Sandman's trying to do this. But yeah. But yeah, the ECW brand was not going to last that long. I'm kind of wondering about that. Because yeah, One Night Stand. What was the one? So what was the One Night Stand that didn't work? I know there's One Night Stand that was infamous. That was labeled as horrible and terrible. I'm trying to remember when that was. ECW WWE brand. 2006 to 2010. So, former ECW owner Paul Heyman served as the on-air ECW representative until December to Dismember, when Heyman was relieved from both his on and off-air duties with WWE, and he left in late 2006. And there's no ECW authority figure until August 2007. Then 2008, yeah, Teddy Long. February 2010, Vince announced that ECW would be going off the air and permanently disbanded. And ECW was replaced by NXT. Okay, so you had a one-night stand in 2005, and then I guess they knows, wow, this is really successful, so let's make ECW a thing. So you had 2006. December to Dismember, that's the one I remember a lot of people hating. Because you have Big Show, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, Hardcore Holly, Rob Van Dam, and Test. And people just... I like Bobby Lashley. I think people just didn't want... they're like, this seems more WWF. It didn't feel like ECW. Just didn't. The only match we see praised was the Hardy Boys versus Eminem tag team. 4 out of 10. The two matches that were promos saved the thing from being a debacle. 2007 Wrestling Observer Newsletter event was voted the worst major wrestling show of the year. Considered to be one of the worst pay-per-views WWE ever produced. Less than 24 hours after the pay-per-view, WWE announced their official website that Vince McMahon had sent Paul Heyman home, citing slumping TV ratings and disgruntled talent roster. McMahon was attempting to put the blame on Heyman for the poorly received pay-per-view, and after a meeting with Vince and Stephanie, McMahon legitimately left WWE but remained under contract. He was against the decision of Bobby Lashley being booked to win the ECW, and instead wanted to have CM Punk win it, a decision McMahon disliked. The situation was cited by Punk in his 2011 pipe bomb, which he referred to the idea as one in which Heyman saw something in Punk that nobody else wanted to admit. Upset at how the event turned out, Tommy Dreamer and Steve Richards both asked after the event to be released from their contracts. Both requests were refused. So I know I'm on this, but just that's ECW. That it was the Hardys versus Eminem. Hardys won. Balls Mahoney defeated Matt Striker. Elijah Burke and Sylvester Tertate defeated the FBI. Davari defeated Tommy Dreamer. Ariel and Kevin Thorne defeated Kelly and Mike Knox. Yeah, who the fuck would give a shit about these matches? Except maybe the Hardy Boys won. Bad Jeff Hardy. And then Bobby Lashley, yeah. I mean, I like Bobby Lashley, but I can understand what they mean. There's Sabu getting some nice moves in there. Yeah, a little bit of lumberjack action. The Sandman hitting John Cena. And yeah, by this point, John Cena was the star. John Cena was the guy that Vince McMahon said was the guy. Here's the thing about John Cena. I know a lot of wrestlers and wrestling personalities, they love John Cena. Even Jim Cornette, like all these other people, Rit Flare, all these people give the highest praise to John Cena. John Cena, to me, has no charisma. I don't think he's a good wrestler. He's not good at selling. He's not good at his moveset. His finishing move sucks. It's like a lame... I mean, it's a fireman carry body slam. I mean, there's nothing devastating about that move. And yeah, I know it sold merchandise. The kids love them. I don't know why, but I know there were a lot of kids who liked them. Oh well, to each their own. He seemed lame. He just seemed phony. Like I said, I don't think he had a charisma or presence. He was, the Hulk Hogan, without the promo ability. It's that weird, he wasn't quite hulking up, but still do that. Even his submission move sucks. And I will say this: I think John Cena is the guy why so many people left the product, or at least started to. Is he the only factor? No, there's a lot of other factors. There's people getting tired of it, people growing out of it. They've seen it once, they've seen it twice, they've seen it thrice. They move on to other things. The product, and then the way things were handled. WCW Invasion. They dumped on those fans. There's no way WCW can win. So a lot of WCW fans went, fuck this, and left. Stone Cold Steve Austin turning heel, which was Steve Austin's choice. I liked him as a heel, but it was one of the worst choices he ever made. Even Steve Austin admitted. He admitted he never should have done it. He thought the character was growing stale. He was wrong. People, they went to McDonald's to get the French fries and the burgers. They didn't go to McDonald's to get a pizza. They wanted Steve Austin to be Steve Austin. There was some fun stuff as a heel, but people didn't want him as a heel. They didn't want to boo him. So then people left. People left from that. People left with the death of WCW. Now, DDP was misused. Booker T was misused. Other people came in much later, and they were not used well. ECW. You see how late, very quickly within the year, within the year, 2005 people liked it. One Night Stand 2006 people liked it, but then within the year, you get to a pay-per-view people consider one of the worst. It helped kill ECW, or at least started bleeding to death. May take a few years, but it started bleeding to death. And then here's them doing the fireman carry onto the table. Pretty much missed the fucking table. Just got like the edge of the table. Most of that table, missed most of the fucking table. Good job, John. Good job, Cena. I mean, it hit like the very edge of the table. It didn't even hit much of the fucking table. And then, get Sabu, and then you have him tap out. Again, how many people can you say made Sabu tap out? But again, it's for the little kids. The little kids liked him. Little kids liked him, so they went with it. And that's when they started going for little kids, and not in that way. They started going for little kids, and that's really what Vince wanted to be. Because Vince, I said at the beginning, or near the beginning, Vince wanted to be the next Walt Disney. The Hulk Hogan, he wanted Lex Luger, not Bret Hart. The Attitude Era, it was forced on him because he was fighting WCW. Now he has no competition. For a few years, that's going to slowly start going into the direction of, let's get movie tie-ins, let's get when that movie The Three Stooges came out, we don't get the Three Stooges in there. I love Three Stooges, not for WWE, well, at this point, WWE. We get all these other fucking people and celebrities and all this other stuff. We get so much of the goofy shit that just... The New Day giving fucking pancakes to the crowd. Fuck your pancakes. Just time and time and time again. And just... So, Austin turning heel, death of WCW, and then, yeah, you like WCW, fuck you, we're better. Sorry, fans. Goodbye. So they left. Good portion, big part of the audience. Then they kept pushing John Cena, and I know a lot of people that would say, you know what, when Cena, they kept pushing this guy, I was done. I left. And the people that stayed were the little kids. And then they grew up and in order to enjoy this stuff, and it became more of a niche product. And WWE don't care about that because the merchandise sells. If the merchandise sells, that's all that matters. They make deals with Saudi Arabia. They didn't make a deal with Saudi Arabia and this other thing here, and they didn't make more money than they had before. Because all they have to do is make a couple deals with people that really, really want them. Same with the merchandise. And, doesn't matter if barely anyone's watching it. Doesn't matter if most people think it's a joke. Doesn't matter if you will find more people to say, you know, I used to watch it, but I don't watch it anymore. You'll find a consistent amount of people saying, I used to watch it, but not anymore. I used to watch it, but it got old, it got long, it got talky, it got goofy, it got silly. Everything in between. See, you have the scene with John Cena come up against Rob Van Dam, and it does make me wonder still, like, if Rob Van Dam, if he would have been part of this program longer, if the drug charge didn't happen. Because it could have been like, hey, take 2 hours, you know, we're going to change stuff. We're going to take the belts off you, you're going to get a 30-day suspension. We can't hide it. It's public knowledge. We'll get in deep shit. So both the belts will be off you. Now, hey, maybe the one belt was always going to be off him. I don't know for certain. I don't know. If anyone has any details, feel free. And it doesn't matter what WWE lies all the time. It doesn't matter what they say. They make up their own history. It's like back in the day of the Royal Rumble, the one that Rit Flare won, where Hulk Hogan took out Sid, and people booed. And then when Sid took Hogan out, people cheered. If you watch that now, they alter the audio so that when Hogan took out Sid, there's a fake cheer. When Sid pulls out Hogan, there's a fake boo. But at that time, people cheered Sid because they were tired of Hogan. By 92, people were tired of Hogan. They're tired of eat your vitamins. They're tired of the biceps. They're tired of the triceps. They're tired of ripping the shirts. They're tired of the hulking up. They're tired of 1-2 and leg drop. They get tired of it. You can't eat chocolate every day. You can't eat the same cereal every day. You get tired of it. And you get sick. You need something more. You need something more, man. You need something more. Getting old. Just got old. Just got old. For a lot of people, it got old. They got tired of seeing it. They got old of seeing it. And they're just sick and tired of it. You know, as we're getting now into the final bit, which is DX versus the Spirit Squad. Kenny, Johnny, Mitch, Nitti, and Mighty, but one of them will go on to be Dolph Ziggler. So Kenny is Kenneth George Duane, or Kenny Dykstra. Johnny is John Jeter. Nicholas Cole Mitchell. Nicholas Nemeth, who became Dolph Ziggler. And Michael Brindrilli. But yeah, this is part of Shawn Michaels trying to do his comeback, and good performer, great performer. To be fair, great performer. Do not care for him as a human being. Do not care for him as. I think he's an absolute jerk off. He's two-faced. I don't think his religion stuff is real. You hear way too many stories of him being an absolute prick to people, being two-faced to people, not changing his ways. He may not be using drugs, but he's still a prick and a guy who whines if he doesn't get his way. If he doesn't get his way, he'll whine, cry, complain, all that jazz. So pretty much Triple H was supposed to help Vince McMahon beat up the Spirit Squad. Vince McMahon's like, what the hell's going on here? And it will be a reunion for DX. That's what's recapping here. Now, I said I never really got into DX like other people did. Like I said, around that time is like with the Attitude Era versus. I always was more NWO fan. And a lot of people really enjoyed them, really liked them, found them very funny. I didn't understand why, just again. Not a bad song. But just could never get into Triple H. Now, granted, I think he works better in DX than he did by himself, but just Triple H never did anything for me. Nipple Rage preparation. I just never cared for him in matches, never cared for him in promos, never cared for him for charisma. Jim Cornette said it best. He's the guy who works with the guy who's the big name. And I agree, with him and Bret the Hitman Hart and others. If he didn't marry Stephanie McMahon, that's the thing. He was with Chyna for a while. Then he was with Stephanie McMahon. Then they had that thing where, Triple H married Stephanie McMahon, and she was passed out, drunk, whatever you want to call it, and. If that wasn't the case, I don't think he would have been as big. He would not have been as pushed as much. He would not have been as. He wouldn't be the top guy in so many pay-per-views. And that's the thing, like, this era. I didn't The Rock is gone. He's gone to Hollywood. Stone Cold is gone. The injuries, all that stuff catch up to him. He's going to be gone. What was it, 2003 he was officially gone? Give or take. Sorry if I'm wrong on the year. So like, you don't have Stone Cold Steve Austin anymore. You don't have The Rock anymore. You don't have a lot of the WCW guys that you could utilize, or if you do, utilize them poorly. Like, you utilize Booker T poorly. DDP poorly. When they finally got Goldberg in, he was used poorly. Eddie Guerrero was cool, and then sadly he passed away. So what? You left with John Cena. You left with Triple H. You left with people like Kane. I mean, ECW, you have some guys, but then you had, Rob Van Dam's fault for his, the drug policy. That's his fault. But who knows? For all I know, they could have still fucked him over. Because, to Vince, WWF is the one and only. So, idea is like, okay, what was the Wrestlemania in 2007? I know people like this era. Wasn't for me, and this is where I'm like, I'm kind of done. It was before this, but I'm like, I'm just done. I'm just not for me. Just not for me. WrestleMania 23, April 2007. That's the one with Donald Trump and Vince McMahon, hair versus hair. You had... Just want to look real quick. Mr. Kennedy defeating CM Punk, Randy Orton, Finlay, Matt Hardy, Team Booker, Jeff Hardy, and Edge in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Which Mr. Kennedy did not go far. Great Khali defeated Kane. Great. The Great Khali. Chris Benoit. We know what happened, Defeated MVP. Undertaker defeated Batista. Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu Salmon defeated Elijah Burke, Marcus, Bad Striker, Kevin Thorne. Pretty much the new breed, the jobbers. Bobby Lashley defeated Umaga. Molina defeated Ashley. John Cena defeated Shawn Michaels by submission. So, Mr. Kennedy, Great Khali, Undertaker, of course, Chris Benoit. Bobby Lashley, who I like, he would not last long. John Cena, Shawn Michaels. I mean, and then who's in the next pay-per-view? I know. This is pretty much the introduction. It's the end of... God, this Spirit Squad. Such an awful gimmick. But it's like an awful gimmick so that people they'd be heels. But to Vince McMahon, heels is that, yeah, they're male cheerleaders. What was that one? There was like the Buck and Chuck or whatever. The thing was that they're gay. Whatever. Goofy shit. And then this pay-per-view, Backlash 2007, Jeff and Matt Hardy defeated Lance Cade and Trevor Burdock. Molina defeated Mickey James. Chris Benoit defeated MVP again. Mr. McMahon, Shane, and Umaga defeated Bobby Lashley. Undertaker vs. Batista, where Undertaker won, ended in a draw. John Cena defeated Randy Orton, Edge, and Shawn Michaels. So I didn't. Yeah, John Cena. Look at that. John Cena defeats Sabu. Edge won against Cena, but then Cena won against Edge. So Cena ultimately, he beat Sabu, he beat Edge, he beat Shawn Michaels. All those other guys, he beat them. He was the, put the Hulk Hogan thing on him. So here it's a 5-on-2, and again, it was the beginning of the end. When 5 of them can't beat 2 guys, they're not going to last long. And by the end of the year, they were done. Now, I'm sure hey, Shawn Michaels is a good performer. Can't take that away from him. Again, don't like him as a person. I'm more of a Bret Hart guy, but people are like, oh, Bret Hart's salty. Can you really blame Bret Hart? Vince McMahon says, I'm going to give you this big deal. Okay, cool. Then sometime later, well, you know what, sorry, I can't. You know what, Vince? I know this wasn't the same time, but look at all the money he wasted on the XFL twice. Look at all the stupid bodybuilding federation that no one gave a shit about. A fucking restaurant. He said, when you think of wrestling, you go, I want to eat. We have the meats. As Batista's pocket. Instead it's like, okay, sorry, Brett. Can't fulfill your money, all that. Guess you gotta go. And then Shawn Michaels being a prick going, you know what, I would never, let's say if you let me pin you, I'd never do the same. Because Shawn Michaels was an instigator. He was a manipulator. He would do that kind of shit. So Bret Hart's like, well, fuck you. So they had to do that theme with the Montreal Screwjob. Where Vince McMahon thought he was in the right and he was the hero. But the whole crowd, of course, said, the Mr. McMahon character is pretty much born after that. His brother dies from a stupid stunt where Owen Hart's a talented guy, should never been doing a stupid fucking thing where he's going from the fucking ceiling. Thanks to people like fucking Vince Russo and idiots like him and McMahon coming up with those ideas. Talent like Owen Hart don't need to come from the fucking ceiling. Should never been up there. So Owen Hart dies, his brother. Then WCW, Eric Bischoff doesn't know how to use Bret. So then he's not used at all. Doesn't capitalize on, oh, Bret. They don't capitalize on it. Plus, Hulk Hogan didn't want Bret to get over because Hogan didn't like Bret. Hogan fucked over Bret years before. It was like, hey, pass the torch. Bret's the younger generation. Hogan's like, can't do that, brother. Doesn't work for me, brother. I'm going to beat Yokozuna in 30 seconds in one of the worst WrestleManias. WrestleMania was a 9. Fuck, And then Goldberg tipped him in the wrong way. So then he would get a stroke. He'd be in like a wheelchair for a while and ended his career sooner than he wanted. I'd be fucking bitter too. Vince McMahon fucked him. Bill Goldberg fucked up and hurt him permanently. Ended his career early. Stroke. I wouldn't be happy with a person that gave me a fucking stroke. And then all this other shit. I don't blame him. Don't blame Bret one bit. So anyway, I know to this match. This guy got blood on his fucking nose. I don't know. I still don't. Why are you sending the guy out that got his fucking nose bleeding? And now he's doing some stupid over-the-top Karate Kid shit? Fucking stupid. What is this goofball shit? The guy's nose is bleeding. He does a fucking Karate Kid goofball shit. Such a fucking joke. Like, this is the end of your fucking pay-per-view, man. The goddamn Spirit Squad doing wannabe Karate Kid train kit shit. So of course you punch him in the guy who's... Again, have the guy in, has got a bleeding, maybe broken nose, And I was like, hey, maybe the other guy should be in. But you leave the guy in whose face is bleeding. Nose is bleeding, yeah. Crying out loud. It's not like, these guys, they don't give a lot of fucking offense to the Spirit Squad. A little bit, I mean, to be fair, a little bit. Because you're not going to have to get beat in 5 minutes, but... Fucking stupid karate shit. There's 4 of you to stop Shawn Michaels from doing that, dude. There's 4 of you guys. You tell me 2 of them can't try to hit Shawn Michaels? Dude, there's 4 of you. The 4 of you could fucking gain up on him and jam him. Smack him, punch him, kick him. There was 4 of you. I did more for humiliation. Pulled the pants down. That guy just goes all the way out. I'm trying to think like which one's Dolph Ziggler. I think maybe that guy's Dolph Ziggler. Oh, just Dolph Ziggler, just hair and everything looks so different from now. Oh. Ooh, there you go. There you go, right into the steps. I mean, there's like 13 minutes left, and we already know how this is going to end. DX going to win. Shawn Michaels is also one of those guys that, even though he gave a lot of trouble to Vince always put up with it. He wouldn't put up with a lot of shit from a lot of people, but he always put up stuff with Shawn Michaels. I don't know why. Nice neck breaker there. But yeah, I don't know why. I know there's rumors that, oh, Vince and Shawn were... I don't know about that, but... He put up with a lot of Shawn Michaels shit, and then... Vince McMahon definitely had the... He's definitely a big Shawn Michaels fan. Definitely a big Shawn Michaels fan, even though... Again, he fucked over Brett, did all this other stuff, but... He's always, even back to the day, it's like Brett got the belt, but they didn't want to have him get it for too long, then put on Shawn Michaels. But it's not like if they put on Shawn Michaels and business got so much better. I mean, hell, I think some would say, like, I think someone said, like, when Shawn Michaels came back around this era, he had better matches than he did back in the day. Because last time it was, getting defeated by Steve Austin in WrestleMania, was it 14? Yeah, it was 14, because then 15 was Austin and Rock, and 17 and 19, those were Austin and Rock. I think one Austin was missing because of surgery stuff. The other was a... can't remember what it was. Well, hell, I got a computer. I did in the match. I don't know what to say about the match. Spear Squad. I mean, the performers are not jokes. It's just what they're given to do are jokes. They're never meant for the long run. They were just there for Vince McMahon to be happy and jerk off with himself and da-da-da-da. Don't worry, be happy. Give DH something to do. Again, I'm sure these are people that OVW, hey, we're training, bring these guys up. Okay, we're only going to use them short period of time. Bury them. Goodbye. Except Dolph Ziggler was able to, guess you say, revitalize it. Oh yeah, WrestleMania 16 was WrestleMania 2000. Triple H defeating The Rock. And was 18 the... yeah, 18 was the Hogan versus Rock, and Austin didn't want to fight with Hogan, so Austin went with Scott Hall. Just no, Austin didn't like Hogan. Some nice little maneuvers, to be fair. Sorry I'm a bit silent. I mean, it's kind of... looked at the pay-per-views after WrestleMania 18. In one, Undertaker beats Stone Cold. The next, Insurrection 2002, Stone Cold defeats Big Show. You tell by this point, like, I think Stone Cold's like wondering, what are we going to do? There's not much for him to do. Maybe he felt he was going to be pushed to the side. Because Triple H was getting the last matches now. Like, Triple H defeating The Undertaker was the last match in Insurrection. So there's trying to have Triple H over Stone Cold, because probably they realize Stone Cold is hurting. Maybe his time is done. All blah blah blah. Or whatever the hell it is. Or they didn't have good creative. Because they wanted Brock Lesnar to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin like the first or second night he was in on free TV, and Steve Austin's like, are you stupid? That's dumb. Like, that's a big program you can work on, and you're giving away on free TV. And I don't blame Steve Austin. Plus he was going through other problems. I know you tell idea. I mean, if you're really into DX, you're really into Shawn and Triple H, this match is for you. If you're like me, you don't care about. I just don't care about DX and Spirit Squad. I don't take them as a serious piece of villainy. Just we just had a guy put a fucking Karate Kid thing, wannabe bullshit to be goofy as hell, and I'm supposed to take these guys seriously. Good as agility from these guys. But I think there's some good workers. Dolph Ziggler definitely proved that. And if he proved it, who knows about the other guys? Yeah, sorry. Towel here for the sweat. It says it's hot as hell in Texas. But yeah, I'm sorry if this is not the most exciting commentary. But like I said, I grew up with watching WWF. I mentioned the VHS of Hulk Hogan, and then at the end of watching taped VHS tapes my aunt would send the family, because we only had like 4 channels and none of them had wrestling on it. I'm on other stuff. And that was a time it was like Razor Ramon and Rest in Peace Scott Hall. Doink the Clown. Was it a Berserker? All this other stuff. And like I said, as time went on, I watched the Attitude, the Monday Night Wars. And then again, around 2001, 2002, I think I was watching 2003, because I remember that was a time, I think, when Hulk Hogan and other stuff was there. Like, I remember there was a bit with Hulk Hogan. I had like the Patriot thing going on. I think I was watching a little bit at that time, I believe. When I mean, like, he was like he got fired, but he's now Mr. America. That's what he's called, like Mr. America. Anyway. So this is pretty much Triple H beating everybody in this fucking squad. But yeah, match isn't over quite yet. But yeah, trying to think. Like I said, I mean, wrestling today is such a fucking joke. That is, to me, it's not even worth watching. It really isn't. As much as I have issues with this pay-per-view, it'll be so much better than whatever the hell we have nowadays. I mean, if there's any way to bury a team, this is a way to do it. And then later on, where I know there's another match where they put them on this like big old, not a dumpster, but this kind of thing where they just literally dump them in like trash. Like, that's, if there's not a way to bury someone, that's the way to do it. But I just say they wanted DX to come back. They needed a team to do it against. And they want to have a dominating fashion. Who are sacrificial lambs? Well, these guys, we're not going to do anything with Spirit Squad. It's not like they're going to be fucking Road Warriors or the Heart Foundation or Demolition or fucking anything else. Literally demolish everybody. All 5. I would love like Jim Cornette, someone to do like a commenter on it. That's one thing. Like Jim Cornette has got his buddy Brian. They should do like a fucking like do commentaries for each of the WrestleManias. Because they have a fountain of information just to see Jim Cornette lose it. Okay, what are they doing now? Yeah, toss them away like garbage. You're nobodies. Are they doing the DX thing? Is that what it is? I mean, yeah, granted, there's always got to be someone's got to be the loser. There's always got to be the jobber. I think that's one of the things missing today's age is not everybody can win. There's got to be someone who loses. And, this whole 50-50 booking to me is not as good as people make it out to be. If you want, you got to have some people... You have some people, yeah, don't rub this guy into Triple H's sweaty ass. Because, yeah, remember, Triple H has been wrestling. He's sweaty as hell. Probably hasn't taken a shower since the beginning of the day. So now his stinky, sweaty ass is for that guy. Now, if it was the Vince McMahon kissing Triple H's ass, sure, but... There's Vince McMahon looking on as the pay-per-view's ready to end. Just, give Van Dam someone to fight against. Maybe trying to recapture that, Stone Cold and Steve Austin, which, not even close. So overall, the pay-per-view, I think the best one was definitely Rob Van Dam versus Edge, followed by Shelton, Carlito, and John Morrison. I think those are the two best matches. The weakest matches would be Eugene versus Umaga. I guess just to showcase, hey, Umaga's a villain, and which will lead to that WrestleMania match with him and Bobby Lashley. And the Kane versus Imposter Kane. That apparently led to nowhere. Led to nothing. Because apparently if the next day Kane just beat up the guy and threw him out, then what was the fucking point? Oh, the point was, hey, See No Evil's out in theaters. We're going to promote it to See No Evil. Remember Kane, remember Kane, remember Kane. Go see No Evil out in theaters. That was in May. By the time it's June, one last hurrah, and then boom, who gives a shit anymore? Which I guess is true, but it's like, what a waste of time. Could have been a spot for somebody else. But yeah. Sucks. Sucks big time. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Thanks once again, Brian. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.